This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Today we are going to talk about overthinking. And here is the definition given by verywellminded.com. You could waste all your time thinking about life would be better, and if you had only taken that other job, not started with a business, or maybe you get upset with yourself of not seeing the red flag sooner because you believe that you should have been more obvious to you that the job did not work out. I think a lot of people with bipolar and schizophrenia and schizoaffective and ADHD, which are all mental health disorders, think they wish they could change it back to 10 years. And especially with somebody with schizoaffective, they may wish that the disability is not there. As an 8-year-old kid, I was diagnosed with ADHD. As much problems as I do now from being 23 to 25. In my early teens, I would have to take medications for my ADD, but no way did I think it would become this route. So because the medicines did not work with the ADHD, I included a lot of caffeine, Dr. Peppers and energy drinks up to 4 a day. Then after going back to the hospital in March, I decided that I would take the caffeine down. I got down to 1 energy drink a day. By the way, it is my 10th anniversary of having a mental illness. And no matter if I don't think about it or not, I tend to struggle more with the mental illness when it becomes close to August, or the end of August is when my mental health disability and I was diagnosed with the mental health problems. And no matter if I don't try not to think about it, it always comes up during this time of year. No more energy drinks. No more caffeine, except 1 coffee a day. I get worried that I am addicted to caffeine as well. Going cold turkey is very hard. Now, while I think that it would be a great thing to get a job, I increase my worries about taking more energy drinks. An antidepressant hasn't worked for me ever. And we finally figured out after the 7 failed medication that I would do TMS. But at the 6-week point, which is what I experience about every 6 weeks, is a cycle, and I struggle with depression. Seems to be no matter where I am, but sometimes they are worse than others. One of them I got back on in December was we tried the last medication, mood medication, but it made me angry. So what helps me is doing the come out before I go to bed. I need to do it more. This is an example. Now we give an example of how to challenge overthinking. For this is an example of overthinking. I am always saying the worst things to people. This is given by the website. I'm sure people think I'm an idiot. To challenge those thoughts, is it true that I am always 100% doing the wrong thing of the time? Has anyone told me that I sound like an idiot? The answer would be no. Reframing that for me is I tell myself that I am not nice or I'm not kind. And I believe so many people disagree with that. So I say that I am a good person. And as time goes on, I have believed that. Practicing self-acceptance, overthinking stems from dwelling on the past mistakes or worrying about things that you cannot change instead of berating yourself for things that you might regret or try to change them. Regretting is trying to change something that you felt that you did wrong. Working toward being a more accepting and compassionate about yourself. I struggle with sometimes telling myself I'm not a good person, but it is so far from untrue that I can't even believe I really say that. And now I repeat to myself, I am a good person. And that's something I've learned over the years of having a mental illness. They don't think about the fact that I have a mental illness and this could just be happening at any time. I don't like when someone just says, just don't be depressed. It's easy for them to say, but they don't have the same problems that I do. I will briefly explain today. I will go over this next subject next week, or in a couple weeks, and that is overthinking with ADHD.
Ever plan out an entire conversation in your head, only to realize you're the only one having it? Yeah, overthinking can make you an expert in hypothetical situations. But today, we're talking about how to leave those behind and get back to reality. And if you're wondering what might help beyond this video, PsychHub's free well-being assessment can guide you toward the right support. Check it out below. Overthinking is like running on a mental treadmill. You're moving, but you're not actually getting anywhere. It's when you replay situations, regret past decisions, or worry excessively about the future. Sound familiar? The trick is, overthinking doesn't solve problems, it magnifies them. But don't worry, we've got steps to get you off that mental treadmill. Tip 1. Focus on the present moment. Anxiety thrives when we're stuck in the past or future, so to stop overthinking, bring yourself back to the present, using grounding techniques like deep breathing or the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, where you notice 5 things you see, 4 you can touch, 3 sounds you hear, 2 smells, and 1 taste. It's a quick way to stop your mind from spiraling. And by the way, if you're wondering whether mindfulness or therapy might help, remember that PsychHub's well-being assessment can guide you to what's best for you. Tip 2. Label your thoughts. When you're in an overthinking spiral, it helps to label your thoughts. Say, oh, there goes my anxious brain again. By giving it a name, you create some distance between yourself and the thought. It's not you, it's just the thought passing through. This simple mental shift can help you break the cycle. Tip 3. Schedule your worry time. Try this. Designate a specific time in your day, 10 to 15 minutes, for worry time. When an anxious thought pops outside of that window, remind yourself that it'll have to wait. You'll be surprised how much control this gives you over your mind. Overthinking needs boundaries too. Tip 4. Take action. Overthinking often stems from indecision. The more you think about what to do, the harder it becomes to take action. So break things down into tiny, manageable steps. The more you act, the less power those racing thoughts have. Action creates momentum, and that's what pulls you out of the overthinking trap. Tip 5. Be kind to yourself. Remember, overthinking often comes from a place of self-criticism. We're our harshest critics, right? So try being kind to yourself. Talk to yourself the way you talk to a friend who's going through the same thing. Self-compassion is a powerful antidote to anxiety and overthinking. And here's the good news. It's possible to stop overthinking and move toward a more peaceful, secure mindset. In fact, many people who experience anxiety find that over time, with the right tools, they can significantly reduce their anxious thoughts. Ready to take the next step? Check out PsychHub's free well-being assessment to explore what support might be right for you, your unique needs and preferences. You'll receive personalized assessment results with a variety of care options, including potential therapists and mental health provider groups that match your needs and accept your insurance, educational content to support your continued exploration of mental health, and helpful apps you can use to nurture your well-being. It only takes a few minutes to change your life. Click the link in the top corner or use the link below to begin. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more tips on managing anxiety and living your best life.
And now moving on to sports. The Royals put Mark Cannon on the DL, who I thought was doing a little better, but he's having the same problems as this other outfielders. He's hitting .212 with 1 home run, and he can't seem to figure it out. Now they will move to a new hitter because Mark Cannon is hurt. The Royals will move to Cam Devy, and we'll see what they decide to do him. He could be a utility player, but he has started in the minor leagues at shortstop, obviously filling in for Bobby Witt Jr. every day, who's the world's best player, is not a good solution because he wouldn't be playing there very much. He will not make his major league debut tonight. The Royals will have Seth Lugo on the mound, and Mitch Keller will go for the Pirates. It would be really nice to get a sweep. The Royals got a good one last night as they won 9-4. Game time is at 5:40 against the struggling Pirates, who are in last place of the NL Central. The Cardinals will play the third worst team in baseball in the National League, the Washington Nationals. Jake Irvin will go for the Washington Nationals, and Sonny Gray, who has had a great season for the Cardinals, will go for the Cardinals. Game time is at 6:45 Central Time. And the Cubs, who are in first place in the NL Central, will play the Twins. Cubs will have Shota Imanga, who was the best starter for the Cubs to start the season, but went on the DL rather quickly. He has been good one start and bad another, but hopefully seems to get things on track and get back from the disabled list and be one of the best pitchers. Game time is at 5:40 for the Cubs and Twins. The Cubs once again lead the NL Central. That's Sam Vaughn Sports and Sam Vaughn's Mental Health Day.